Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be doing another reaction to Death Battle. This time, honestly, I want Tom to win. All right, just off of it. Coyote versus Tomcat. Tom, I want you to win. I want you to win. You gotta win. Why? Simply because you're my favorite. I love both of you. You guys are both great entertainment. I just love Tom so much better. Tom and Jerry, my childhood. I'm not gonna lie. Tom and Jerry, my childhood right there. So, with that being said, honestly, as always, this video is gonna be top of the description down below. Make sure to check them out. And let's get right into it. And if you enjoyed this reaction, let's go ahead and like and subscribe for me. But let's go ahead and get right into this, shall we?
Wile Coyote, the fastest and furriestest of the Looney Tunes.
Come on, Tom. Come on,
the
Tom.
Powerhouse Pussycat from Tom and Jerry.
The fans voted for it, and we're here to deliver.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons.
Come
armor,
on,
and
Tom.
skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Please, Tom.
In tales told over shimmering campfire by the tribes people of North America, there was no figure so cunning, so bold as Coyote. To the Miwok, he was a Prometheus who stole fire from the heavens to give to humanity. To the Sewetmuk, he was a foolish trickster who could die and return to life.
This is too
And
serious.
To the Brothers Warner. He's just a poor dumb schmuck who can't catch a break.
Yep.
To this day, the great Coyote stalks the American Southwest, hunting his indefatigable prey, the Roadrunner. And this modern Wile Coyote is driven by a ruthless entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, and it drove him straight off a cliff. He'll chase that bird-shaped happily ever
Anywhere.
after to his own inevitable undoing. Such is the lot of the common man.
You might not expect it from an anthropomorphic canine Job, but Wile was born the son of world-famous hunter Cage Coyote. His father raised him from infancy to hound his avian adversary.
I remember
and
watching
forbade
this.
him to speak until he tasted victory. On the face, an easy task. Coyotes are incredibly adaptable predators, capable of hunting in both rural and urban environments.
They're also speedy little demons. They can sprint at up to 43 miles per hour.
God
Though there's
damn.
still comfort when that blue meeping bastard can make beams of light look stone still, or outrun a car that was moving fast enough to travel through time.
Frankly, it's incredible that Wile manages to consistently keep up with his prey at all, but he does.
No, really, it's actually stated that only a, quote, tiny little extra burst of speed separates the Coyote and the Roadrunner. Heck, Bugs Bunny himself needed to take super speed supplements in order to move fast enough to outrun Wile.
But
That's
almost
crazy.
as fast isn't fast enough. Fortunately, Wile's got an endless
He has the entire might of a military complex literally funding him with anything. Acme. I don't know why, I don't remember what, but Acme gives him everything he needs and wants.
assortment of gadgets, gizmos, and reams of blueprints to make up the difference.
He's got your classics like dynamite, anvils, and spring-loaded boxing gloves, along with heavier artillery like heat-seeking missiles, a 10 billion volt electromagnet, and a friggin' trebuchet, a Reddit favorite.
Many of which he invented himself and uses in excruciatingly detailed schemes that inevitably go awry.
Yeah, they
Despite
don't work
being a
half the time.
self-described super genius, Wile has an officially measured IQ of 3.
That's the same IQ as a cactus.
Okay, the test results were fake, but he's still an idiot.
So why not let a soulless corporation do the hard work for
There
him?
it is,
He sells
Acme.
any product that you can imagine, and Wile is their most devoted customer, contributing up to 99% of its multi-billion-dollar revenue.
Thanks for the inherited wealth, Pops. Oh, don't worry, I'm spending it all in one place.
He's got an Acme Book of Magic, Acme Clone-O-Matic, Acme Death Ray, Acme City in a Box, Acme Universal Remote, which can pause, fast forward, and rewind a person through time.
Too bad half the stuff Wile uses is intentionally sabotaged because Acme's board of directors is exclusively Roadrunners. My man
What?
cannot catch a break, but he sure can take some punishment.
I didn't know
No
about
matter
that.
the severity of his failures, Wile is still a tune and can bounce back from just about anything.
He's been sliced, stabbed, squashed,
So you're
exploded,
telling
melted,
me
blasted into a constant
He probably would have got that bird if it wasn't for the sabotage of Acme.
and overall verbed for the last 87 years straight. without ever actually dying. He once got fully disintegrated into ash and popped back up like it was nothing.
Similar to the immortal Coyote of Secwepemc legend.
He's also shattered the fourth wall tons of times and even left the comic page entirely to catch the Roadrunner. Ah, so close.
Believe it or not, there is actually a biological reason for these abilities.
Really?
Looney DNA. Every Toon's
Right.
got it, not just the
Toon
Looney
Force.
ones. And it's what lets them survive fatal damage up to being fully erased off
Toon
the page.
Force.
Essentially dictating their personal slice of reality to whatever is funny.
Like how gravity only affects the Coyote when he looks down.
Toons are immune to the laws of physics as we know them.
That's why Wile developed a counter to this immortality, the Looney DNA Dissolver, which leaves Toons vulnerable to fatal wounds the same way we are. Yet again, so close. You can't say he hasn't tried everything.
It was Wile's experience as a veteran Toon that landed him a job at Acme Looniversity as department chair of the School of Hard Knocks,
Oh.
teaching up-and-coming Tiny Toons how to use their abilities.
Okay, so Naruto.
And just like Naruto's jutsus, Toon Force works like an actual power system, with more experienced Toons like Wile who are more powerful than their younger counterparts.
That makes
That
sense.
means Wile should be capable of replicating feats and abilities performed by any other Looney Tune, like traveling between different mediums or altering the plot of the cartoon he's in.
And my favorite was the time Plucky Duck used Marvin the Martian's matter transmogrifier to suck up the entire universe.
And then suck up the animator animating his universe.
And then suck up the animator's universe for good measure.
Wile's got a cushy 10-year job teaching that stuff. Impressive for an abject failure at his life mission. He's helped stop a meteor from destroying Earth, beat the Monstars in basketball, and even, oh snap, caught the Roadrunner! Oh wait, never mind, so damn close!
According to 1977,
Yeah, he's never
Tweety
gonna
and
win. He's never
Sylvester
supposed
issue
to win.
67, Wile E. Coyote has attempted to catch the Roadrunner 4,776,842 times. Scaling to the present, that's over 10 million failures.
That takes dedication, or maybe self-destructive stubbornness. Too blinded by bird lust to see the forest for the trees.
But Acme's intentional malfunctions and Coyote's recklessness don't account for all of his catastrophes. There's something else, something grander, otherworldly, standing in the way of our furry friend's salvation.
Oh, what is it now?
There's no other way to say it. God is just plain out to get this guy.
And by God, we mean the closest thing that exists for Coyote and Roadrunner. Chuck Jones.
The guy that created him and helped forge the Looney Tunes into how we know him today.
Originally meant to be a parody of earlier chase cartoons like, well, Tom and Jerry, Jones established several rules for their animated shorts that superseded Coyote's reality warping
Oh, that
toon
makes
abilities.
sense.
Rules that cover his obsession, faulty products, and the fact that no outside force, not even the Roadrunner, is to blame for his defeat. Just him.
While other creatives have altered this formula in the decades since Jones's departure, these rules have effectively made the Coyote's defeats cosmically ordained.
God nerfed Wile E. Coyote. In all our years making Deathbattle, we have never seen a handicap like that.
But what else can you expect from our fanatical furry fail son? He's the Sultan of Slapstick, the CEO of Second Place, the swing and a
It
miss.
clearly is God told you no. You're never gonna win. You're never gonna do it. You are ordained to never succeed. Oh my God, this is literally Loki.
Superstar. As long as he picks himself back up and dusts off the ashes, that'll never be all, folks, for Wile E. Coyote. The year was 1939. War raged in Europe between the British Tommies and the German Jerrys.
All right,
As
it's
the
Tomcat.
beleaguered
Right, right.
English made their miraculous
I was so
escape from
confused
the
for a
German
bit.
encirclement
I
off
was
the
like,
coast.
okay, why are we talking about war? I was like, I was trying to think. I was like, what does this have to do with Tom?
Of Dunkirk, one might have called the battle a game of cat and mouse.
Oh wow, is that actually where their names come from? I'm looking this up.
Regardless of their names' origin, William Hanna and Joseph Barbera's infamous cat and mouse duo became the undisputed kings of slapstick comedy.
The formula is simple, and we all know it. Tomcat chases Jerry Mouse around the house. Brutal, bone-shaking, I felt that in my balls. Violence ensues, and Tom is reprimanded by Mammy Two Shoes.
Who is,
I didn't grow up with Tom and Jerry.
let's say
That's completely fine. I myself enjoy Tom and Jerry very much. I grew up with it so much. This type of cartoon. My favorite one is still when they get the refrigerator and they open all the sinks and they turn the floor into an ice rink. That was my favorite episode.
very much from the 1940s.
And if you're like me, all you wanted to see was Tom wipe that smug smirk off that little rat's face. Despite
Yes.
my well-documented hatred of cats, even I've got to cringe at years of propaganda to convince us to side with the filthy.
I
flea-ridden
side with
rodent
Tom
lover
most of the
man's
time.
Second best friend. Oh, big yawn.
House cats like Tom are actually some of Earth's most successful predators. They can run up to 30 miles per hour, leap 6 feet high, and despite being commonly perceived as nocturnal, they're actually crepuscular and hunt in the dawn and evening.
Tom specifically is a British shorthair. They're strong, stocky Roman cats bred to withstand harsh conditions. And for Tom, harsh conditions is an understatement.
He's got that tune force, but like on max, on
Tom has
max.
collected a crazy assortment of weapons in his war against mouse kind. Sure, most of it is the stuff you can find around the average American household, like baseball bats, lead pipes,
And guns! Lots and lots of guns! But he's got wackier things like a magic wand, a robo-cat, vanishing cream, and a smart cap that gives him all the knowledge in the world.
I'm partial to the Sword of Light and Dark, which severs you from your own shadow, or the Rewind Remote, which can move your victim backwards through time.
And you can't forget the cat.
Oh, I
card.
remember this.
Cat Jet, spelled with K's, of course.
This is the race
but
around the
just
world or
cat
something,
card.
right?
Tom's arsenal is heavily improvisational, which fits his quick thinking in fights over Thanksgiving turkey. Though he often loses his bouts with Jerry, it's not usually because he's dumb or incompetent. Rather, he's just genuinely outplayed.
And even in defeat, he's one tough son of a gun. He's been crushed, blown up, had every bone in his body broken, shattered, melted, and vaporized to dust, and survived.
Well, mostly. Tom actually has
Sometimes
kicked the bucket multiple times,
died.
but little known cat fact, he has 9 lives. As established in the episode
I did not.
And survived.
Well, mostly.
Oh
Tom
my
actually has
God,
kicked
I
the
did
bucket
not
multiple
see
times,
that.
But little known cat
The
fact,
1,
he
2,
has
3, 4,
9
5, 6,
lives.
7, 9.
As established in the episode Heavenly Puss.
Oh, Wiz was conducting some different kind of research when he stumbled on that episode.
Very funny. Even if Tom starts to use his lives up, he has a potion that just restores them.
Or he can physically go get them back from hell.
Ow.
Where all cats
I forgot
go.
about the game.
Extremely hardcore for a tune, but there isn't much of a limit to what Tom can do. He can clone himself, levitate in the air, make his imagination real, and
Yeah.
even break the fourth wall and enter the real world.
Yeah, if you only watch the classic cartoons from the 40s, you may be in for a shock. Tom and Jerry gets buck wild, much like the actual inspirations for their names. Thank you, Google.
Oh, you're still on this?
Dodoy Whiz. They were actually named after the two characters in Pierce Egan's delightful life in London, Jerry Hawthorne and Corinthian Tom. It was adapted to the stage with the title Tom and Jerry, which later became a catch-all term in 1800s England
Okay.
for young, drunken rabble-rousers.
One could, in fact, say that many rabbles were roused the times Tom destroyed a planet-busting asteroid, lifted up the sun, and was blown up into a constellation. And he was just fine. Just a bunch of stars now, but he's okay.
Yeah, of
Take
course.
an
Why would he be
explosion that
fine?
launched him through time to the Stone Age and has run through space at massively faster than light speeds.
That shouldn't be a surprise when he and Jerry have been at each other's throats for over 80 years now. But what may surprise you is the fact that at the end of the day, they're actually friends.
Yeah.
They've worked together tons of times to save the day, like when they helped a little orphan girl, Robin Starling, find her way home. Oh, that's a nice
God, I remember
end
in
to
the
their
movies.
story.
Movies are
Don't
great.
you believe it? Now is when we have to talk about Tom and Jerry Chase.
Yeah, I remember some of the
Long
times
ago,
we made them
the
talk.
warrior god, Lord of Sichuan, Long Shen, battled the Tracy and indomitable Mouse King atop Peach
This
Mountain,
lore I do
leading
not
the
know.
goddess Celeste
This
to
is
declare
something. This is something I don't know. Now this is new to me. Excuse me.
the indomitable Mouse King atop Peach Mountain, leading
Okay.
the goddess Celeste to declare the two the strongest warriors in the realm. And they were, in fact, Tom and Jerry. They were even stronger than Devil Tom, who repelled corruption by the darkness. This mysterious, malevolent force threatened to consume the Tree of Life, whose
Okay.
branches encompass all of time and space. Banding together, these warriors used the star element to dispel the darkness and save the universe. Well, it
Yeah.
may sound
Yeah. What the fuck is the right reaction? Excuse me. When did that happen?
completely insane. It is. Chase is a Chinese mobile gacha game whose lore is not entirely in keeping.
Oh my God. There's a gotcha game. Of course. Of course. Of course. You know what? Of course. Why not?
Being with the spirit of the source material. However, it is officially licensed by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, which means we have to include it in our research.
So that the gods may grant us mere mortals some heavenly push.
No!
Yeah. Okay, that's
Rivalry
funny.
aside, though, Tom has actually managed to catch the little
Oh
rat
yeah,
fair
several
and
times.
square
He has beat him before too.
a few times.
By my count of the original shorts, 19 times.
I could watch him on repeat forever. Too bad he's still a filthy feline. The only kitty I truly respect is named after booze.
Well then, you're in luck, because the Tom and Jerry of English literature later became the namesake for a famous Christmas cocktail.
Because there's no
Oh.
better way to get absolutely trashed than with good old Tom and Jerry.
Cool. I'm still going Tom.
Guess what?
Off of the bat, it kind of feels like Coyote has a lot more going for him. I'm gonna hold out for my boy Tom though. I ain't no bitch. I'm not gonna switch it out, alright? I'm just gonna go Tom. Even though Coyote will probably win.
Alright, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time
Come on,
for
Tom.
a death
Come on, Tom.
battle!
Alright, come on, Tom. Come on, Tom. Domestic cat, feedless cat, that's prepared to victims. Okay, I'm liking the animation so far. Meepus, Meepus, Greater Roadrunner, Meepus, Meepus, Canish, Schmuckus, Coyote. Alright, come on. Come on. Flush for probably costing my dinner. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Oh, please, please. He has a lot of more toys. He has a lot more toys.
Come on, you apes! You wanna live forever!
Okay. Alright. Oh, so the other guy has the untuned juice. That's the only thing I'm worried about. The Acme stuff. It's gonna land on him. And then him. You might want to get those back. Oh! I don't think he's gonna... Okay. Is it gonna work in his favor? Alright, who wins here, Tom or... Okay, okay, Acme, I'm sorry, but like... Yeah, yep. Okay, that was funny. Oh no. I'm curious, what was on the screen? Homelander sweep, Omni versus Homelander. Homelander debunked. Goomba versus Hot Dog. Columbo ASMR. Ben Singer versus Chad James. Guys Thor just got faster. Thank you, all my friends. While Coyote reacts to his own death battle. Oh my god, they're breaking the meta. Should have seen that coming. Oh my god. Isn't that the... Don't let him hit you with that. Now they're both hit. Guys, guys, guys. Okay.
Wile E. Coyote, super
No way.
genius.
No way. No, no. Like that? Like that? It's over? That fast? That was too fast. No way.
Oh, thank God one of them actually died this time. I mean, no! Animal cruelty, no!
Considering coyotes eat cats, I'm not surprised.
While both Cat and Coyote were incredibly powerful, they weren't literal gods who could snap their problems away. They had limitations and weaknesses that could
No,
be
I'm not
exploited,
surprised. I
especially
said
by
he was
each other.
kind of like
Let's
it
first
more
talk
was
those
going
stats.
for
Both
Coyote.
were
I
strong
kind
enough to
of
contend
feel
with
it. I felt it.
universe-threatening phenomena. But comparing Wile to Plucky Duck, Looney Tunes can not only destroy their own universe, but their animators as well.
And while Tom could move faster than light, Wile could keep up with the Roadrunner, who could outspeed a car fast enough to travel through time. That's immeasurably fast, and much faster than Tom. Wile gets the edge in stats.
Wile's arsenal was a bit better too, believe it or not. Even eliminating the devices that have been shown to malfunction, he still countered everything Tom had.
The biggest being the Looney DNA Dissolver, which could render Tom's cartoony healing factor moot and end the fight.
While Tom has never been shown to have Looney DNA specifically, the concept clearly has nothing to do with actual DNA molecules.
Looney Tunes have been erased completely and still returned, so it's clearly something more fundamental to their essence.
And since the Dissolver works on any tunes, not just the Looney ones, it should apply to Tom. But considering how much
Okay.
of a screw-up Wile is, it wasn't a sure bet. Hell, it could have backfired, especially considering how much more competent Tom is.
When it came to intelligence, Wile's engineering and scheming genius were often defeated by his own ego and stubbornness. Tom, on the other hand, was consistently more flexible, pragmatic,
Okay.
and victorious in his fights. He definitely gets the edge there.
Oh, and Tom has one other big advantage. He doesn't have God nerfing him.
That's the big
True.
question. Was Tom capable enough to benefit from Wile's narrative and force bad luck and see the DNA Dissolver backfire against him?
That bad luck is a core part of Wile's character as a cartoon. So let's call it his, toonliness.
To find the answer, we dug deep through the bowels of Looney Tunes lore and ended up in an unexpected place: Space Jam.
Where Wile yet again fails against the Roadrunner, but against the villains of the movie, the Monstars, he actually
succeeds.
scores.
And scores again in the sequel, more than
Oh
anyone
my
else. But according to Chuck
God.
Jones's rules, that shouldn't happen, right?
Throughout his entire history, Wile's cosmically ordained failures only occur when he's specifically chasing the Roadrunner, or other tunes the plot bends around like bugs, because that's what Chuck Jones's rules were written for: Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons.
And even then, looking closely, they've been broken a few times throughout the decades, even during Chuck Jones's tenure.
Without the universe nerfing him, there's no reason to think Wile couldn't eventually land a hit with the Looney DNA Dissolver.
Especially when the only
alright.
reason it failed was because of the Roadrunner's intervention, a direct violation of Chuck Jones's limitations on the Coyote.
And especially when it's the only thing that either one had that could kill the other.
Despite lacking Wile's narrative impediments, and despite having a better track record overall,
It makes
Tom
sense.
ultimately had no surefire way to kill Wile, whereas Wile's superior strength, speed, and looting arsenal ensured his victory.
Wile gave one hell of a
I'm sorry, Tom. I bet it on you. I know it was
and
meant
left
to
Tom
be.
Jones in for a rematch.
Is Wile Coyote.
I guess I'm happy with it. I like both cartoons. So I'm not too mad. But my God, this is sucks for my boy Tom.
Next time
What's
on
next?
Deathbattle.
Spider-Man? My hero. Oh. Which one? Midoriya or? Okay, so Spider-Man versus Deku. That looked like to be Miles Morales. Considering Miles Morales has an entire god backing him in the newer, or not newer comments, but like, you know, in the newish comments, he has like an entire god backing him at his peak. Then I'm probably gonna go with Spider-Man on this one. I don't really get why that's a conversation. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. But this was a really good reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed. I mean, really good reaction. This is a good This is a good video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye. Next one's gonna be interesting for sure.